Hello, good to see you. My name is Milo, and let's play a video game. Back to it. So today's all about cats, and when looking up cat games, there are so many where the cat is standing upright, wearing shorts or a hat or something. I don't want that. I want realistic cats. I've talked about this before, but yeah, it's something that I was really keen on. So here's one I found called Koneko Monogatari, which means kitten story, subtitle The Adventures of Chataran. Now, if you are very well informed, you might know that this is a licensed game based on the film that in English was called The Adventures of Milo and Otis. The original Japanese version is 15 minutes longer, has different voiceover, different music too, and stuff like poetry readings during the proceedings. Maybe it's a bit like Cats. I don't know. Either way, this game was released to tie into the Japanese movie. Oh, right, I need to set this aside. And I do it with this button. That. Okay, good. Whew. Famicom disk system, always a little bit touchy. Yeah. Got to get your floppy disk on the right side, and then there's loading times. Oh, hi Gibbon, how's it going? Sorry, I missed you there. Yeah, I wonder if you are familiar with Milo and Otis. Oh! And special guest, my kitten, is back on my lap. Hopefully she doesn't chew the cables this time. Yes, you're the reason I'm playing kitty games. Oh no, don't go up there. Oh, fine. She's in a climbing mood, I guess. Alright, let's play the game. June day. So each level goes from day to night, and then you cycle through months. So we're going to be following the progression of time. Much like the movie itself, as they adventure on, time definitely passes. Yeah, I think, okay. So it'd be good to talk up front about how the movie is kind of a bad example of animals in movies, and it's got a lot of criticism for animal cruelty. What are you doing? Ow! Ah! Hold on. You okay? Calm down. Dang it. No! The perils of playing with a kitten. Hop down, hop down, hop down. Good. Now you can sit on my lap. But don't be a nuisance, okay? Okay. She understands perfectly. Now it's interesting how when you drop fruit out of the trees, it will actually go off and turn green and then disappear. Now I've picked up an egg as well from a tree. That is my method of attack. Ah, yes, okay. In midair I can drop an egg. Hold on, I need to set up my controller. The Famicom disk system has a different entry to the normal Famicom. So I'm going to set up a rewind button for my controller just to facilitate this a bit. Okay. Because I want to get through this, you know. Yeah. Gibbon's saying... Okay. Yeah, so Gibbon's point is that the animal cruelty which is alleged against the film was never substantiated, but some of the things that happen in the film are indeed a bit suspect. Yeah, so it's worth mentioning both sides. The film... Oh, what's that? A bug came out. A very Japanese beetle. The rhinoceros beetle, I believe. Very popular in Japan. So we do want those eggs. I don't know how useful it is to actually attack enemies, but we should have the option if it's available. Yeah, so the Japanese Humane Society, which is in charge of ensuring that films are made without harming animals. This bee. It looks like the bees in Super Mario Land. Yeah, so the Japanese Humane Society cleared the film of cruelty and Hang on, I had some notes about it. Yeah, they approved it, and the American Humane Society also approved it despite their investigators not being present during the filming, so they were just, I think, probably trusting the Japanese officials who were there. But, oops. That egg didn't even damage the thing. Whatever. Yeah, and there's a notice at the end of the film that care was taken that the animals were healthy and safe. People have pointed out that, oh, a bottle of milk. You know, cats aren't really supposed to drink milk. A lot of them are lactose intolerant. People have pointed out that the message that appears at the end of the film is not the standard no animals were harmed during the making of, and they take that as a sign that it is a bit suspect, but counterpoint to that is that the standard message that they're talking about there wasn't actually in use at the time that the film was made in the 80s. So they couldn't have had that standard message. So what's a H egg do? Is it a helium egg? Doesn't look any different. Whatever. Yeah, so according to the people involved in making the film, it wasn't there were no cruel acts going on, but several groups, especially in Australia and some in Europe, have said clearly it's self-evident that the animals were being harmed, and on top of that, part of the American investigation involved contacting European animal welfare groups or animal film, associated groups. And the European groups had also heard the allegations, but were unable to validate, verify, or validate the claims. So, but I've also seen a lot of, how you say, kitten. You should ask first. Yeah, I've seen a lot of commentary on the film, the basis of which is just watching the footage and being familiar with animal behavior and seeing how they react on screen. And there's a lot of scenes where the cat and the dog, or one of the many cats and dogs, because apparently they used over 30 cats at least to play Milo. Oh, okay, so the milk is an invincibility. It is a Starman. Yeah, this is very Super Mario Brothers. The fish back there was literally just a cheap. Might as well get another one. Hello, kitten. She likes to climb up the back of my desk chair here. Oh, now she's standing on the back of my neck. Great. Hello. I like how the game kind of runs at different speeds at different times. For no reason. Well, for an obvious reason. Slowdown is caused by an excess of sprites on screen. Whee! That bird didn't really look like a bird, it looked like a dinosaur. Ah! What are you doing? This is why I don't like you going up on the back. Come on. I'm gonna grab you. There we go. Now, you're gonna sit here and be quiet, or else... Ah! Okay, you can bite me. I don't mind. Yeesh. Ah, frisky cat. No! Do not bite my headphone cable. Oh my gosh. So we've got moles and owls, and... this is way too distracting. Okay. I'm gonna have to put her away, I'm sorry. I'll step out for 1 minute, I'll be right back. Come on, kitty. Ah! She bit hit me. Okay. I'll pick you up like this. Nah. Alright. You're off. I'm not picking you up. I'm leaving you there. Come on, chase your toy. Let's go. Whoa, Bobcat. Sorry about that. She's got plenty of toys to play with, food, litter, it's all good. Ugh. Yeah, so what was I saying? The allegations of cruelty. So, yeah, there's a lot of scenes where they're making the cat or dog fight other animals, or they're throwing them in the water and they're clearly in distress, struggling to swim, and yeah, like I said, there was over 30 kittens playing Milo, and they were supposedly, from what I heard, there was some breeding of the cats going on so that they had a fresh supply of kittens that looked the part, which is also unethical, from what I read. Yeah, because of inbreeding reasons and genetics and stuff. And the rumor is that a third of the kittens did not survive the production, which is very distressing. But yeah, like Given said, nothing ever official came out of it, but as he also said, the things that you see, that you literally see happen in the film, are suspect. And clearly not good for the animals. Here's a fish. It's a little different to a Cheep Cheep, I guess. I've got a different kind of bird or butterfly or something. Clearly had antenna. Oh, this is the box scene. Yeah. Another brutal scene. Oh, good. Oh. It kind of followed below me a little bit, but then it stopped. Okay, we'll go into the fish. Don't get dripped on. Cats hate water. It's true. That's how we enforce discipline with our kitten, with a spray bottle. It's the usual technique. Oh, that crouching sprite is so cute. Yeah, so it's worth acknowledging that it's likely that there was some shady stuff going on with the animals during the filming of this. And it's not a good way to treat any kind of animal, really. And you can read about that all online yourself. But as for the film itself, it's very dear to me. I'm almost afraid to watch it now, knowing these kinds of allegations against it, because it's so much a part of my childhood. In fact, my username, part of which is Milo, and which the shortened form I go by, is partially due to this film, and also partially a number of other factors. For example, my best friend at primary school, his cat was called Milo, and I think they named it after... They either named it after the cat in this movie or the dog in The Mask, which is also called Milo, by the way. So when I was picking a sort of screen name later on, I went with that, because I like the name as well. Let me know if this music is too ear-piercingly awful for you, and I can turn it down. Because it's quite, yeah, quite grating, I must say. Yeah, Gibbon says he likes the film despite the controversies, and that it's very dear to him in childhood as well. Yeah, so I wouldn't say that good art justifies cruelty, but I do still like the film. But it's one of those, you know, you have to acknowledge the processes behind it that led to its creation. But you can also still enjoy it on its own, I guess. Of course, as a child, we took it all at face value. And I'm not sure how I would take it now if I revisited it, but very good film, either way. So, some facts about the film. The creators filmed it over a course of 3 to 4 years, and got over 74 hours of footage, and then from that edited together a film that was about 90 something minutes in Japan and 77 elsewhere. And like I said, they completely redid the soundtrack for the English release, English language, and got Dudley Moore to do new voiceover, which adds a lot of character to the film, as he does sort of dialogue for the animal characters, as well as narration. It's sort of like an audiobook, really. I don't see much point in, you know, grinding for power-ups too much, as I could just get through it easily enough just by running. But on the other hand, I do want to spell out that word. From what I read, if you get letters to spell help, then Otis shows up. The fact that Milo is the chief character of this game, I think, is more based on the Japanese version. And you can see it in the title of the film, Koneko Monogatari. It's the story of a kitten. And Otis is sort of a secondary character. The English version puts more emphasis on the partnership and both of them having an equal status in the film, and I think the edit would have sort of confirmed that. But since this game is based on the original Japanese film, it's more about the cat, I guess. What? Gibbon says that famously, Dudley Moore was doing a take of the dialogue by, the producers gave him a drink and not telling him that they were recording that pass. So the story goes. Yeah, I did some of those blogs and things that I read about the film accused Dudley Moore of drunkenly jabbering his way through the dialogue, which is an overstatement, of course. Push button. Which button? I'm pushing lots of buttons. Do I need to flip the disc? It would tell me if I needed to flip the disc. Dang floppies. Okay, I'm going to flip the disc. That didn't do anything. I'm flipping it back. Oops. It did do something. Has our playthrough come to an end so quickly? This is the other problem with using rewind instead of save states. If I have to reboot, I can't go back. Also have a limit to rewinding. I'll try that. Oh, this is bad. Cartridge-based media is more reliable than disc-based media. There's also a 3-year gap between the releases, so the game and the Japanese film came out in 1986. Didn't make it to the rest of the world until 3 years later. Well, the game wasn't that good anyway. Maybe I'll just stop. We're 20 minutes in. There's no passwords or anything, are there? You just go. Let me see. Is it possible it will have saved my progress itself? Let's find out. Set side B. Push button. It did not save my progress. Cool. Awesome. Love it. What do I do? What do I do? Speedrun mode. Let's go. Okay, that didn't work out so well, did it? How annoying. Milo's so cute though. Or Chatran, as he's in this version. Aww, kitty. What do I do? What do I do? Interesting how these mice are wearing clothes. A bit more cartoony than the rest of the film. Yeah, okay. Speedrun mode. Let's go. Ooh, I think I just killed a mouse by dropping a fruit on its head. That's interesting. See, one of the problems with the game... Well, okay, so... This game is widely acknowledged as a kusoge, or crap game, as they're known in Japan. Actually, I got that the other way around. But anyway, yeah, which is sort of a title that is said with reverence of games that are so notably bad that they become notorious in their own way, you know. And part of the reason is how how woeful it is to play. It's quite slow and clumsy. The controls are awkward. There's a delay between all of my inputs, by the way. Not to mention the slowdown that is so readily apparent whenever a couple of sprites are on screen. So you might have noticed at the very upfront of the game, the publisher is known as Pony. So later on they would merge with another company called Canyon to form Pony Canyon, who are well known as proprietors of kusoge. They did a lot of licensed games that did not turn out particularly well. But I will say that I've played a couple of Pony Canyon games on stream before, particularly Onyanko Town, which I did during the 80s Mother Animal Showcase. That was a Famicom game where you're a mother cat who wears clothes in a world of anthropomorphized animals, and you walk around town to find your kittens, wherever they are. Sort of a maze game kind of thing. Getting chased by dogs in suits. And another one of theirs was Attack Animal Gakuen, the Famicom-based Space Harrier clone, which was decent enough. You know, the scrolling was okay, and it had giant animals with attitude as the enemies. That was fun. I want those letters. I want to summon Otis. I'm not sure what Otis's name was in the Japanese version. If we don't summon that beetle, then it's fine. Come on. What? When does it appear? I don't get it. Did the beetle activate it? So when I knocked the beetle up, did it hit that branch? See, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it did, I guess. I'm not sure if those eggs are only in very specific locations, so if I should be a lot more conscientious with checking everything. Or if there's multiple chances. Got a little conga line going. Yeah. Alright, continuing. But as for the developer of the game, it was done by a small company called Marionette. They weren't really used to doing stuff like this. Their forte seems to be flight simulators, but Pony Canyon got them on board to do this, and clearly, I don't think it's their expertise. And it's all very well taking Super Mario Bros. As an inspiration, but clearly 2D action games that control very well is not something that they were able to do at this time. But that's okay. I think they've added a few interesting things to it as well. This power-up system, where you have to search all the trees. It's a lot more naturalistic than Super Mario Bros. For sure. All the trees are there. They're not just floating in space like blocks. And these little box sections do break it up in a nice way. Of course, taking one hit before dying is not the best user experience. Come on, frog. Yeah. Leave. It's possible there's one egg letter per scene, in which case I should be searching more thoroughly, shouldn't I? I think fruits probably give you 1-ups. Don't really need them, because I'm cheating so much. Yeah, Gibbon says he thinks it's quaint. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's a cute little game. And it's better than some other licensed games I've seen, that's for sure. I thought about pairing this up with notorious cat-based licensed platformers A Week of Garfield or Eek the Cat, but I decided to lean more on the realistic cats angle, because both of those walk upright because they're like cartoon characters, whereas this is very much based on a real life kitten. So I do have other games to move on to after this, namely Alley Cat and also Alley Cat. One of them was on Atari 8-bit and DOS. One of them was on the Commodore 64, one of Gibbon's favorite consoles. Did you ever have Alley Cat, Gibbon? Anyway, those games are definitely about realistic type of cats in a realistic type situation too. This situation has a bit more of the fantasy about it. What with the clouds with faces. But I guess that's an allegory? I don't know. I like the flightless owl. Cute. Need to check branch. Oh my goodness. What's the problem here? Can I get up here? Yes, I can. No! Ooh, a red egg. It's worth more, I guess. There was a special jingle for it. Yeah, don't try and go over fish, just go under them. They're in the air for so long. So what is this, do you think? Is it a seagull? It kind of looks like a bat. I'm trying to match it up to scenes from the movie, and there aren't any bats in the film. It is true that several scenes and encounters and the animals that are associated with them are exclusive to the Japanese version of the film. So they meet some pigs in the Japanese version, for example. I know that much. Given saying he didn't have Alley Cat on the C64. Well, you're in for a surprise then. Come on, I need that L. I want Otis to show up with his little ugly pug face. Poor pugs. They've been bred into such a state of poor health by humans. What? Oh, dang fish. They always show up on that last tile, don't they? Okay. Nah. It's another way this innovates over Super Mario Brothers. You can knock power-ups out of the top or bottom of a brick. I mean a tree. Yes, this game is better than Super Mario Brothers. I joke, but that actually might be my hot take. I really don't like Super Mario Brothers 1. I think it's garbage. But it's okay if you like it. That's perfectly fine. Give me that L. Have I already missed it? There it is! Yes, 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 yes. This is my one objective to this game now. By the way, I'm making frequent save states now. Let's go. And you see, so every second stage, you know, it goes dark and then light. Hang on a second. Is this the same screen that I stopped at last time? So I did that save state back there. So what's going to happen now? Timer runs out. It says push button. I push a button. See, the problem is there's no feedback on this screen either way. Okay. Black screen. Cross fingers. Hope it's just loading. Oh, good. Thank you, goodness. August, daytime. So yeah, day stage, then night stage, and then you're in a new month. Unfortunately, the scenery hasn't changed too much so far, but considering we've been through June, July, and August, I'm anticipating a season change in the next stage. So if this is, say, spring... Wait, no, summer. It'll be summer because of June, July, August, right? Wait a minute. This is the Northern Hemisphere, isn't it? Japanese movie, I believe it was filmed in Europe, considering the landscape. That should be winter, right? June, July, August is prime winter territory for the Northern Hemisphere. Maybe we're in Australia. There were some games set in Australia, or movies with licensed games. One of Pony Canyon's ones that I was looking at was something called Tasmanian Story, I think. Anyway, I don't think this is Australia. Not enough platypuses. Oh gosh, there were 2 beetles in that tree. A cat's worst enemy, of course. Don't seem to bother my cat very much. She's very excited to find a bug and chase it around. Last night there was a quite big spider in our bedroom and she was following that around. And I was kind of worried about that. So I quickly scooped her up and dealt with the spider myself. Okay, we need that P. Gonna bring in P for pug, come on. Whoops. Oh, this jump is tricky. Cool. If Milo was Bubsy, this would be going much quicker. That's probably one of the more famous video game cats, but again, walking upright, wearing a t-shirt. Doesn't fit what I wanted for these streams. I don't know if I can fill a whole month with realistic cats, but maybe I'll try. I don't think there's that many. Of course, there's a lot of newer games like Cat Simulator, those kind of indie things, where your objective is to smash up your owner's house, cause mischief, cause all the damage that you can. Those are some pretty cool little games. I found a few on itch.io as well. There was a student project out of French Canada, which was about a kitten who was abandoned and then has to make their way through the city streets. It seemed pretty interesting. So maybe I'll play stuff like that, but you know, playing PC games, I've kind of learned my lesson. They're usually a lot trickier to deal with. Been playing a lot of PC games this year so far, and there's always some technical issue or controller hiccup. Ooh, new music track, eh? Maybe every night has had a different music track and I just haven't noticed or commented so far. Because I'm a dweeb. Oh, gosh. Oh, what? It's making me jump so far, just like the filmmakers. What? Why did that come out the bottom? That's not playing by the rules. Yes, I think that fruit destroyed them all. Huh, that's interesting. Why is it that in Japan moles are often depicted with large dark glasses? Probably because of their poor eyesight, right? Yeah. It's a perfectly logical explanation. But if you look at, say, Nintendo's Mole Mania on the Game Boy, that's the recurring design element for those mole characters too. Ugh, stupid beetles. And still no P. I've been through a few scenes now where I feel like I've been pretty thorough searching the trees. I want that. I want that pug. Come on. Using fruit as a projectile attack like that reminds me of Donkey Kong Jr., which is a good thing. That's my favorite arcade Donkey Kong game. And it's a quite unique way of dealing damage, you know. Haven't seen any red eggs or milk for a while either. The pea! The pea! Yes, 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 yes. Let's do it. Ah, friend! Haha. What? Seriously? Otis killed me! Some friend you are! Come on, help me out, Otis. Yeah, Otis can take out enemies. And then he just falls down a pit. That was... okay, that was pretty underwhelming, I must say. First he killed me, and then he just landed in a pit. So much for help. It took me 6 levels to get one Otis. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going for that again. Time for speedrun strats. Minimal interaction. Get through the level as quick as you can. Oh, a new tile set for September. Spring. No, I keep doing that. Northern Hemisphere. It must be autumn, right? Wait. Hang on. No, our autumn is September. I think this game is in the Southern Hemisphere. Look, it's autumn. There's mushrooms. There's reeds. Everything's slightly browner and you know, dimmer. Oh, we got a new kind of creature here. Instead of the beetle. I've lost my egg, but that's okay. And new fruits too. Apples instead of whatever the other thing was supposed to be. Tomatoes? Yeah, I usually don't make like highlight clips, but I might make one for that Otis. Ridiculousness. If I knew how to do it. I'll give it a look after this. Yeah, that's pretty fun. You get a whole new set of enemies and environment objects, fruits. when you change seasons. That's nice. I was almost expecting the game to be exactly the same all the way through, but that wouldn't be giving Marionette enough credit now, would it? Yeah, I found some pretty interesting stuff by looking on itch.io, actually. Ah, turtles. Tortoises. Okay. I searched by cat in 3D platformers, and there were several entries. One of them was supposed to be inspired by Spyro the Dragon, and you were playing as a robot cat. Okay, if the H is right there, I might as well take it. See what shenanigans Otis can get up to next time. Yeah, so I'm going to check out that Spyro one. Whether I do that on stream or not, probably not. Oh! Boss time! Okay. Egg drop! Yes! Okay, more egg drop. More egg drop. In the film, it's Otis who fights the bear. I think they've given me infinite eggs for this screen. That's a relief. It would be pretty cruel to get to this point in the game and then... because you can't scroll the screen back to the left. Yeah, if it took you this far and then you just got stuck and you had to die. I'm glad they didn't do that. So well done, Marionette. Thank you. Huh. And I'm finding more letters more quickly now. Maybe we'll get another hilarious Otis before too long. Ah, fish. So these are squirrels, right? Squirrels that are the same size as beetles. So it's either a tiny squirrel or quite a big beetle. Of course, in this universe, all animals are the same size except for bears. Or does Milo have an encounter with the bear? Yeah, it's in the house, isn't it? The bear's kind of swiping at the big chest of drawers that Milo's hiding inside. And he's like poking out of different holes. That's a really fun scene, actually. That was the bear, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't think they actually fight per se, though. What? Owls out of nowhere. Ridiculous. Oh, and of course the sun and moon have phases. Faces, not phases. This moon only has one phase, crescent. Waning, I think? I can't remember if the moon fills up clockwise or anti-clockwise. Actually, it's not even that. It's just sort of left to right or right to left. I suppose you'd have to look at it down from the North Pole for it to be a clockwise. Okay, there's a P. Okay, Otis. Strut your stuff this time, and you better do a better job of it. He's got a nice jingle, though. Yep, he killed me again. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to stay behind him this time. Okay, didn't kill that tortoise, didn't kill that fish. I have to be careful here. Wait for me, Otis, wait. I wonder if he could deal with the boss. Oh! Speaking of, there you go, 5,000 points. Otis completely dealt with that bear. That's wonderful. That was a much more worthwhile Otis. Very good, very good. I always get worried at those screens when it pauses. Bloody floppy loading. Scares the life out of me. Okay. Time for this Koneko to get on with the Monogatari. Ko means child. Neko means cat. Monogatari. Well, mono is like thing. It's a very generic kind of word fragment. Oop. You would see it in things like tabemono, which means thing to eat, food. I think it's the same kanji. new enemies, rabbits, and they jump. Of course, a rabbit is a cat's natural enemy in the wild. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Would a cat hunt and eat a rabbit? I wonder. They seem a bit big for them. Usually they go for smaller prey. Rabbits do come in different sizes, of course. Gibbon reacting to Otis. That was a heck of an Otis job, wasn't it? And oh yes, and Gatari is story. Yes, as you say. So Monogatari, I guess, is just another way to say story. You see it in Cave Story as well. The very well-known indie game by Daisuke Amaya, also known as Pixel. That arm is actually quite well animated, even though it's only got 2 frames, but they move it through the bear's sprite. Oh, it doesn't even hurt me. Only the arm hurts me. So I can stand on its back and just avoid the arm and just drop eggs on the head until there's enough space for me to get through. And if I don't want those 5,000 points, then I can just sneak through leg. Oh, no, not low enough yet. Yeah, like that. Cool stuff. Yeah, Cave Story in Japanese is Dokutsu Monogatari, I think. I kind of remember how Dokutsu is very similar to Dobutsu, which means animal, which you would see in Dobutsu no Mori, Animal Crossing, or the literal Japanese title is Animal Forest. Even though you're living in a village. I guess there's a lot of trees there. Oh yes, more Otis. I'm looking forward to Otis now. Okay, so hit this and then backtrack. Oh no! It went off at an angle. I need to hit it directly from below, or... yeah. That's an interesting thing. There's some sort of physics system. If you hit the block slider to the side, it will come out at an angle. Oh, this music. It's really getting to me. And yes, clearly Night and Day have different tracks. Clearly. Oops. Naughty bunny. Yes, threaded that needle. Yeah, ooh. The E, the E, the E, the E. Yes. Okay, cool. So, cats. We're still trying to train our cat not to chew on electrical cables. That's our main focus right now. And what we said is if she goes a whole week without chewing any cables, then we'll stop shutting her in a one room whenever we go out or go to sleep. But until then, she has everything she needs in that room. All her food and litter, it's the same room I just put her in now. Oh. It went down extra steps. It like did a triple hit. Yeah, but it's just for her safety. Like if she chews through the aerial cable leading to our TV and gets electrocuted, like that'll be horrible, and it'll be her fault. It'll be our fault for not teaching her not to do that. And if it happens while we're out, there's nothing we can do about it. So we're just trying to reinforce kittens don't chew cables. And if she seems to have learned that lesson, then we can trust her to have the run of the house, basically. Oh, we're not even in a new season and we've got a new enemy. It's a crab. I guess there is a lot of water around. Also, we haven't had a box section for a little while, have we? They don't seem to have introduced any other new mechanics to replace it. Every level plays very much like every other, as far as I can tell. Okay, so each month has 2 scenes, 12 scenes in a year. Assuming the game goes for an entire year, then there'll be 24 scenes, which means we're not even halfway through, and we're 50 minutes in. Oh gosh. I guess I'll at least get to the halfway point, because I want to play Alley Cat too, and this isn't throwing too many new surprises at us, is it? Ah. I can do this, I can do this. If I land and then crouch. The problem is Milo has a sort of skidding animation whenever he lands from a jump. And I can't even attack it with an egg because the egg only drops directly beneath you. So that was a very tricky situation. I could probably get that fish with it though. Nope. Apparently our hitboxes overlapped or whatever. Okay. Hey, combo! Got double points for getting 2 in 1. That's another Donkey Kong Jr. thing, isn't it? Ah. Okay. We might be able to get one more Otis before I pack in this game. I hope there's new boss fights too. The bear was cool, but now we've had 3, 4 bears. I thought I had beaten that fish with some air control, but not quite. Gibbon says those crabs look ridiculous. Yeah, they're a bit silly, aren't they? Hello, crab friend. Oh, there's a memorable scene from the film. Milo picks a fight with a crab. The crab pinches him on the face. That's another actually example of actual harm coming to an animal on screen that you can see. It's unfortunate. Funny scene though. You know what? Maybe my conclusion is that Milo and Otis would be a lot better if it was animated. At least it would be more ethical. The fact that they're real animals is very cute and very nice. But it comes with problems. Okay, November. This, yeah, so we should get another season change after this scene, right? Ah, kitty. Do you think the sound when I jump is supposed to be a cat's meow? Or nya? Eh. Yes. It's cool how the animals can trigger the trees, potentially opening up for chain reactions. That's a fun mechanic. Or any object can, it looks like. Oh, cloud. Sentient cloud. The fish doesn't even jump up until you get close enough. Milk. Again, do not feed cats actual milk. Do not feed actual cats actual milk. Unless it's their mother's. Well, that helped a little bit. I should be getting another Otis soonish. Oh, come on. These jumps are killing me. Literally. Dope. What? Were there two fish in that pit, or did it just spawn in a different place? I guess I'll never know. I don't know. I think I've run out of things to say. Which means I should stop playing this soon. Just want to see the next new bit of content. Oh, it's another bear. Sure could use a pee right now. Hey! Help me out, buddy. Oh no! The pee completely crashed. Killed that bat thing there. Come on, midair. Yes! Otis will deal with this. Why are you so high up, buddy? Oh! I forgot. Otis kills me. Otis! He just ran away! Okay, so what I just noticed was that just like jumping on a branch, your downward landing thing, like the fact that your body is falling down and landing on the head of the bear, can also act as a projectile hit on it, in a way. So you don't need eggs at all, even though it gives you infinite eggs for this section. Whenever a bear appears, you can just bop on its head, and that's why I did a triple hit earlier. Ah, Otis. Worse than useless. Okay. Will we get some new stuff in the next scene? Please, 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 show me some stuff. Give me some stuff, keep me interested. Yes, let's go. Do-do-ba-do-ba-do-do. Oh, snow. December. Oh, wait. I got it completely the wrong way around. We have winter in July. The Northern Hemisphere has winter in December. Oh, what's wrong with my brain today? So it looks like instead of fruits this time, we're dropping snow off of the trees. Oh my god, how could I make such a basic mistake? Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna blame poor air quality? Penguins! Wow. That's not really expected in these climes. I mean, this far north, you know. Since we're in the Northern Hemisphere and all, you can tell because in the Northern Hemisphere, they have winter in December. Did you know that? And like July, that's their summer. It's like common knowledge, really. Everyone knows that. What's wrong with me? I was like double bluffing myself. I was reversing the seasons and then reversing them again because I thought that's what I had to do. Man, oh man. Yeah, so apparently wherever I am has snow in December, but it also has penguins. The thing about penguins is they are very much a southern hemisphere animal. You get them in Antarctica, and you get them in places near Antarctica. You get them in the southern parts of Australia and South America. If you ever see a picture with a polar bear and a penguin in the same shot, then that's impossible. That never happens outside of an aquarium. And even then, I think you wouldn't want them near each other because the polar bear would probably eat the penguin, maybe? I don't know, they might not know how to react to them, you know? Yeah, that's interesting. No fruit in winter, but it's dropping snowballs as a substitute. Yeah. But obviously you can't pick them up for points. In fact, my tally counter up there doesn't even display anything. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have a white bear this time. I guess it's a polar bear. Which, as I just said, doesn't make any sense. But yeah, and now it's throwing snowballs with that kung fu arm action that it's got going on. Cool. Good stuff. So, what is this? Scene 13? We'll be going an hour. I need to stop. I need to play something else. This isn't gonna change too much and I've run out of stuff to say. So, apologies, Milo. Who knows what will happen in Milo and Otis. Koneko Monogatari. But now for my own sanity, let's try a different game. I've saved my place there, so if ever I need to, I can come back. Alright, now which one should we play first? The more famous one or the less famous? Let's go with less famous. C64, X64. So there's two games called Alley Cat that were released in the 80s. 1983's Alley Cat. Oh, what do I do again? Do this, move the thing over, put the window into the thing, click that, then open up. What did I just do? Okay. Smart attached disk / tape. alleycat.t64. Press play on tape. Go! Yes, so this version is by Shay of Solar Software. And it's quite simple, as we can see. And it's quite soft as well, so I'm going to turn up the volume. That's still very quiet. Let me see. Boost it up. How do I get to advanced audio properties? Audio output capture. Boost it up. Okay, that's better. Yeah, no music, just tiny little squeaks and noises. But this is Alley Cat. Lives 1. Have I been steadily losing all my lives? Yes, that's game over. Let's try again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. The poor cat. It just died a bunch of times over and over again. So, yeah. Shay. Okay. People are throwing bottles. So it's the classic setup. That whole cartoonish kind of stereotype. The cats are making noise on the back fence, so people throw things at them to get them to shut up. I don't feel like I'm doing anyone any harm right now. I'm being very quiet until something hits me. And then only a mere little squeak. Pretty generous with the lives though, I appreciate that. Some spiders. Like I said earlier, in my experience, cats are not that bothered by spiders. They'll run right up to them and start sniffing around. Oh gosh. These spiders are hanging up from something below. It's almost like they're on a web, but it's coming from below them and supporting them. I think it's neighborhood children who are holding a stick with a fake spider on the end. And they're just hitting me with it. Oh man, the cat's jump is really pathetic. That's the problem. I don't even know what that is supposed to be. Is it a boot? I think it's a boot. So the boots, bottles, the spiders. The objective of both of these Alley Cat games is that you're a male cat and evidently you have not been desexed because the goal is explicitly to find a lady cat out here in the alley and, well, have a nice night with a romantic partner, which is not something that interests cats that have been spayed or neutered. But then again, if it's an alley cat, that means it might not even have an owner. There's a small line of black below the cat's head that might represent a collar. And if you own a cat, then it really should have been desexed. But it could just be a sprite thing. So we had dogs there. popping up from behind those extremely narrow gates, by the way. And now we're combining two kinds of hazards, the spiders on sticks and something. I'm going to say that's a brick. Somebody's throwing bricks. Ugh. I always have to jump later than I think. And I wonder if the spider popping up on that cycle is going to do me in. Oh! Game over. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Gibbon says, this is just making me want to play Aztec Challenge. I don't know Aztec Challenge. This must be one of Gibbon's many Commodore 64 games. The thing wasn't in focus. Did I ever figure out how to save state on a C64 emulator? Let me see. Because that'll really help me get through this. Load snapshot image, load quick snapshot image. Okay, so Command Shift S and O. Sorry for all the repeated cat deaths again. By the way, the cover art on the right side of the screen is for the Atari version. Atari/DOS version by Bill Williams. Okay, so Command Shift S. So now if I hit Command Shift O, yes, that captures perfectly captures the point of death right there. I wonder if I can set that up to an easier hotkey. It didn't look like it. I might be able to with my third-party controller mapping software, but if I just do it at every new screen, I think we should be able to get by pretty well without losing too many lives. We just require a different hand position. Okay. Yeah, it's these little gaps. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good workflow. I wonder how many screens there are. They're recycling the graphics. Different palettes. There could be a lot, but it's only one way to find out. And that's to be the best alley cat I can be. A lot of the newer suburbs in my city have started enforcing cat, not bans, but sort of indoor cat restrictions. So like, say you move into one of these newly constructed suburbs, if you have a cat, you're not allowed to let it roam free outside. You have to keep it inside at all times. I think it's partially for protection again, protection for native animals and such, as well as controlling the feral cat population in general, which is a different sort of problem, although can result in the same native animal stuff. Yeah. Because there are some native marsupials that don't have any natural predators, and then when things like cats and foxes get introduced, they just go to town on them. Okay, things are getting really rough here. We've got projectiles coming from both sides of the screen. We got spiders. We got a very small jump to clear a gap, which I think is the main problem I'm encountering with this game. You know, cats in real life, pretty good at jumping. Where's it coming from? Okay, so the yellow one only appears when you get to a certain point in the screen, I think. Oh, goodness me. This is tough. Ugh. This particular save state method does not make things that much easier. It does give me infinite lives at least. Ah. Go. Go. Yes, this cat is obviously a Belmont. You can't change directions in midair. Once you've made a jump, you're committed to it. Of course, Richter Belmont could control his jumps if you hold the jump button down in Dracula XX. Was it double X or single X? No, it was single X, wasn't it? Man, don't even try and memorize Castlevania game names. Between the two regions, it's a huge mess. I say two regions, of course. There's lots of regions, but the ones I know are the Japanese titles and the English titles, of course. Okay, okay. Yes. Oh! The top projectile! Oh, bad timing, very bad timing. Come on, come on. I need that lady cat companionship. Cool. Let's go. Oh, this is just going to be the new norm, isn't it? Wow, and boots. Why can't I use any of my magic cat powers to get out of this? You know, the magic cat powers. Like mind control. And teleportation. Ah! I still have yet to see Cats the Musical, the movie. But it's definitely on my to-do list. Really, we're waiting for it to come to the film group, which is that theatre membership club thing that I have. They only show a movie once, and it's on their schedule. Okay, so if I do this, yeah, if I maintain that pace, but then you got to jump a bit early, I guess, so you don't land in the hole, in the gap. Also, I should point out that a cat would easily survive falling from this height. Oh my goodness! This is insane. Tell me more about Aztec Challenge Given. Is it anything like... I don't... Nope, I don't think I've played any Aztec themed games that I can think of. Okay, come on, come on. Oh, that second boot! Alright, let me see here. How long is this taking? I guess I should keep trying. Oh! Yes! Nailed it. Didn't nail that so much. Oh. That save state was at a very inopportune time. Oh, that boot is so fast. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ooh, I thought I almost didn't make that, okay. Yeah, this is really... Like, you see how you can sort of walk out over a gap and your feet don't have to be on the ground? That's a very platformer thing to do, really. It's the whole isometric, semi-isometric perspective mixing with a grid-based system. It doesn't always mesh completely well, but yeah, when you can have a cat standing like that, well, you saw it, like this, yeah. Then that tells me I should be going much further out before jumping in all these jumps. If only I could jump higher. I guess when you're standing on top of a narrow wall, you don't want to jump too high, or you could lose your footing as you come down, and then you would just fall down anyway. So I suppose I'll give it that much credit. It's just really surprising to me that two completely separate games came out that were both called Alley Cat. Aren't there supposed to be people who try and stop that sort of thing from happening? I guess back in these days, everyone was just a tiny little company, bedroom coders, putting things out through magazines. They might not even have known the other one existed. Ugh. Crap. Gibbon says Aztec Challenge is a little like this in that each screen is a new thing to do. Well, I would say that every screen in this is pretty much the same thing to do, but just slightly different obstacles. But I get your point. But it also changes what type of thing it is. There you go, see? One section is like a temple run type gauntlet, for instance, from over the shoulder, but other parts are like pitfall. Wow, okay. That is pretty varied. That's cool. Sounds rad. Too early, too early. But if I combine a boot jump with a gap jump... Oh, so close. I can jump more efficiently if I'm doing two hazards at once, but it gets harder to judge the timing as you approach the right side of the screen. What? No. That poor pitiful meow. I feel sorry for... I think this cat's name is Freddy. Freddy, the tomcat. Well, that could be the other one. This one might be Thomas the cat, in reference to Tomcat, as a name for a male of the species. See, that screen in comparison, much friendlier. Oh, okay. A lot of projectiles here. Oh, I should have predicted that. Last life. That was my last life, and it's over. Oi, how many screens? I don't even know what screen this is, but I don't know how many I should keep trying through, you know. Because the other alley cat is quite interesting, so I want to get to that. Maybe I'll give this another few minutes. Oh. Curses. And speaking of tomcats, I was doing a search through cat games to pick out things for this stream, but and with a mind to possibly finding some new heroine cats, because as you might know already, I always end up drawing a big pixel art collage of all the heroine characters whose games I've streamed that year, because I like to promote having female video game protagonists, and I like to celebrate that. But as far as cats go, most of the ones that I found seemed to be tom cats. I really had trouble finding it, even though, as our friend Carl likes to say, popular culture likes to portray dogs as both masculine and good aligned, whereas it portrays cats as evil, but also feminine, which is part of the systematic misogyny of culture, which just exists. But also, the video game industry is very misogynist, so they like having male protagonists in general. And having female characters as an object or a goal in a game. So that carries through to cat games too in my limited research that I was able to do before this. It's been a busy week. We did a podcast yesterday. That should come out by the end of the week, possibly. That was a pretty fun one though. Won't spoil you on what it was. Actually I will, because as far as I know Gibbon is the only one watching right now. We talked about mods and hacks for Donkey Kong the arcade game. topic ripe for discussion, I must say. Oh boy, okay. So much death. Alright, I think we're done. This was Alley Cat. I did not make it. I'm sorry. Oh no, given posted face. It's open pointy bracket. No, closed pointy bracket, full stop, closed pointy bracket. I'm not even sure what it means. It's sort of a squinty, like, put out face. I feel I've offended him. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Actually, he says he's editing the podcast as we speak. Wonderful. Thanks very much. Okay, let's play the other Alley Cat game. Now, I could play one of several iterations of it, but let's just jump through to the most advanced one, because it, as we will find out, contains all the other ones as well. Hold on a second. Wine, Alley Cat. Yeah, it runs in Wine. It's a Windows game, but Wine works perfectly fine. So this is Alley Cat, the other one, by Bill Williams. And it was on Atari 8-bit and also DOS and PC-88, PC Booter, whatever that is. And so a few different releases. And it seems to be quite popular. So much so that it's had several fan remakes over the years. So there was one for Symbian in 2000 and... I didn't write down what year that was. I think it was 2004. And they called that Alley Cat's Life. And then in 2006, Fabio Moro, aka The Thinker, made a PC recreation of it and called it Alley Cat 2. And in doing so, they ripped all the sprites of the original game and remade it for a modern system. This iteration, on the other hand, is known as Alley Cat Remeow Edition. It's available in Game Jolt, and it was released as recently as 2018 by Joflof. So if you're at all interested in Alley Cat, definitely check this one out, because all those ports that I mentioned exist in this game. We have different skill levels, as the original game did. Starting with Kitten, House Cat, Tomcat, and Alley Cat. I'm going to go Kitten because I am a soft little kitten. Now this is really exciting. A complete recreation of the Atari graphics. Isn't that amazing? Hang on, I'm just checking that it fits in my layout. It actually fits perfectly in my layout with the size of the screen. So yeah, you can switch the graphics and music over to the way it appeared, and this seems to me to be a completely flawless replication of it. And then there's the IBM version with the CGA graphics, I believe they are. 4 colors, cyan, magenta, white, and black, and the same chiptunes, which I actually quite enjoy this version of the song. The PC Junior, I don't even know what that is, but here you go with different colors. Slightly different sounds too. And the remake version. So I might stick with the remake. Oh wow, you can toggle which of the different stages you want to play on. And I've already set up the controls, so I think that's fine. Oops. 4 players. Is this simultaneous? That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be versus game, I believe. But there's only one of me, so I'm playing arcade mode 1 player. So yeah, this is the other Alley Cat. And we're not a white cat this time, we're a black cat. Isn't that nice? Oh! I get into a cartoon cloud, scrape them up with the dog if it comes around. And I do like the graffiti on the fence. Not only do we get things saying, love them mousies, but it also displays your score in the form of this scroll on the fence, and your lives and such. So yeah, the idea is you're climbing up. It's more dynamic than the C64 version. You climb up the barrels and then you get to the fence, and I'm already dead, even on kitten mode. So once you're high enough to get up onto the fence, you walk along, you avoid the obstacles, and you try and slip your way inside each of these apartments, whichever window opens up, because we're a very mischievous little cat. Oops, didn't make it. Oh, I died by falling down. I thought that only happened when something hit me. What? Why didn't that work? Controls are quite slippery too, so it's a bit tricky. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little game, and we haven't even gotten to the main event right here. Maybe if I... Oops! That sock! Who is operating those washing lines? Okay. Yeah, if the other cat comes out, then lock you off. Okay, so what happens if I... Yeah, so you can grab onto the washing line. Cool. You just have to avoid the hazards and such. Oh, what? Why can't I grab the fence again? There must be some input you have to do to specifically get the fence. Okay, go in, go in. Yes! Okay, so there's tons of rooms that you can enter, and they all have a different little objective in them. In this one, there seems to be a magic broom. Oh! I left without completing the objective, which I think was eat the fish. So let's go in here. The broom's back, but now what are we going to do? Just cause mischief? The broom also tries to sweep up your little cat paw prints. I'm glad it's not killing me, it's just sort of knocking me around. That's fun. That's good, I like it. So what is the idea here? There's another, so there's the jump key, but then there's another action key. I just don't really know what it does in different situations. The kitten is like grabbing the picture and the clock, but I don't know what the objective is in this room. Whatever. Let's leave. Oops. Oh, I died. Huh, okay. Anyway, this is a really cool little game. I like it a lot. Oh. I attacked that mouse. Alright, since we're dead again, let's try a different version of the game. I'll show you what the Atari version would have looked like. Yeah. Quite a lot like this. They've obviously extended the screen space out to the sides, even though that's not interactable space. But because it's a modern widescreen game now, it does have a wider view. Okay, so... Oh, didn't get the fish. That is so cool though, the oops that comes up very large. Here we go, giant cheese room. This is the only room I really knew about coming into this. But I know that the special function key, if you're near one of these holes, then you sort of, yeah, you climb through and then you come out a different hole. And I guess the objective is to eat a bunch of mice that are attracted to this frankly ridiculous cheese. An unrealistic size of cheese, I must say. Okay. Ooh, another cat. Okay, here's the love portion. Oh. Nuts. I fell down. Yeah, so that was the ultimate goal, was to find this other cat and make a romantic connection. Oops! Somebody threw a telephone at me. It must have been Russell Crowe. Yeah, look that up if you've got some time. Although I did hear recently he's been helping the Royal Fire Service to fight Australian bushfires, so he's not a complete jerkbag. I'd already completed that room. That's not an oops. I meant to leave. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Yes, snuck in. Okay, cats don't like fire, I'm sure. Oh. Maybe some of the rooms just don't have a point. I think the remake, this current remake that I'm playing, added a few rooms to the rotation, but I'm not sure about that. There's a well-developed website for this game that will then redirect you to GameJolt to actually download it, but the explanation for it is pretty thorough. I didn't read it all, obviously. Oops, sorry. Given saying he really loves the retro graphics, that's cool, yeah. I think the Atari version is definitely the best looking of them. But it was really well done even at the time. That's thanks to Bill Williams. As the title screen said, it was based on a concept or like an alpha demo version, which was made by this other guy. I don't recall his name, I'm sorry, but basically Billy Williams took that idea that the other guy had done and then fleshed out into a proper actual game release for this. Oh, I actually got it on high score there. Alright, let's check out some other stuff. IBM, yes. Yeah, this is the one where I appreciated the music, but we'll see what it looks like in practice. Yeah. In the last GDQ event, they played, it was Liz Star playing Mega Man 3, The Robots Are Revolting, the second DOS Mega Man, which is called Mega Man 3 because reasons. And it was a sort of incentive war of whether she would be playing on CGA graphics or the superior graphics, and the people spoke and they wanted the 4 colors graphics, so that's what they went with. And it was really, really hard to see anything at all. You know what, I'm not sure that my special key... No, it was working because it worked in the cheese room. Oh, okay. Here's the key. This is what we have to do in this room. Cause destruction by ripping up the pillowcases. Let's do it. Yes! Kitten destruction. This is just like those modern kitten simulator games I was telling you about. We're gonna destroy. We're gonna cause chaos. Kittens are absolute beings of chaos. I tell you what. Yeah. Kill them all. Kill them all! Don't care what the humans say. I am going to wantonly destroy things. Ayo. Yes. Oh, cool. And when you clear a room, I guess that means you then get a chance to go for the cat friend. The friendship zone, I'm going to call it. No, wait, that has a different connotation. Okay, so we're going to avoid the arrows. Oh! That hole opened up just below me, just at the wrong time. That's really rude. Oh, falling down behind the fence doesn't actually take a life away from me. That's nice. Uh-oh, sleeping dogs. This is bad. This is real bad. I think I'm eating their food, maybe? And then they open one eye. Yes, I finished the food. And I can move up and down too. Okay, so if we just keep the broom busy by making some paw prints. Oh, I'm not leaving paw prints in this room. Ah, there it goes. On the bottom layer. Nom 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 nom. This is a really cool game. All the different rooms with the different goals. It was like Given was saying about Aztec Challenge, like every new screen has a different thing on it. Yeah, this is a really cool game. I can see why so many people would want to remake it in different ways. Okay, let's go. Get that last one. Yeah, baby. Okay, let's go. 2 gifts. Oh, what? Seriously? Okay, maybe the gifts are to distract the other cats or something. But that hole just keeps opening up directly beneath me and dropping me down. Ah! Gibbon says, this game sure is a trip. Yeah, I really like it, actually. Let's go. Oh yeah, first distract the broom. Dirty, dirty paw prints. Okay, let's get this thing. I think it might be a bird in a cage. Yes! Eat the bird, eat the bird, eat the bird! Hey, what gives? Eat the bird. What's going on here? Eat the bird. Eat the bird, eat the bird, eat the bird. Yeah. Eat the bird, eat the bird. What? The dog came inside? That's not fair. It looks like a different dog, actually. I feel like I need to hit the special key while I'm right over that bird. But it's so fast. Also, these graphics are making my eyes bleed. The red on green is really not a good combination. Ah, the broom. Maybe I can just leave now? No, no, no. It'll kick you out once you've completed your objective, right? That's how it's worked so far. Get the bird, 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 get the bird. Chair back. Just like Midna. My kitten. Climbing chairbacks. Yes, the broom knocked me into it. Perfect. Alright, let's get that cat. Okay, I need to get up as soon as I can. Good. Now I'm not going to fall down so quickly. Oh! Okay, good. The arrow only knocks you down one. Oh! So soon! Fine. Alright. Hope I die soon. I want to change the graphics. Love them mousies. Gonna eat this mouse. Yeah, got it. Oops. Man, this game is awesome. I'm so glad that Joflof made this excellent remake of it. Okay, there we go. We're dead. Okay, so what's the next graphics? PC Junior. Let's do it. I feel junior. I'm a kitten mode. Let's do it. This looks a lot more friendly. The blue on green. Yeah, I like that. Ah. Also, the jump height for this kitten seems more realistic. Milo's was like too high, you know. It was more cartoony platformer style. Our C64 alley cat, definitely not high enough for what a cat should be. This one seems about right. Ah. Telephones. Who's throwing their telephone out a window? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh! See, that's the problem with the window opening. Something is going to follow. We have to be stealthy, like a cat ninja. I didn't even make it into a room that time. I guess I did. I forgot. Yeah, remake time. Let's do it. Go. We need that companionship. At least once before I stop playing today. I'm gonna get in that room. I'm gonna make sweet, sweet companionship with that other cat. Oh! See, this modern remake version, like, it's really cool in how faithful it is to the original graphics, and yet upgrading them in a significant way as well. I think they've done a really good job with that. The interior, not so much. It looks more like an MS Paint drawing, but okay. Oh wow, so this is what the cheese looks like in modern times. These feet in modern times. All consoles made in China. Yes, nailed it. Very cool game, very cool game. Oh yes, cat. Oh, cat friend, let's go. Yes, me. Let me in there. Ah. Oh. Yeah, I'm glad that doesn't kill you. I don't think it does. Does it? Oh no, the cat disappeared. Fine, we'll do something else. We'll eat this fish. Fishy. Oh wow, okay. Oh no, the eel. That's a much bigger fishbowl than I expected from the outside. Cool stuff. Yeah, let's go again. This game's great. This is a lot better than Koneko Monogatari. Glad I packed that in early. I say early, after an hour. An hour's too long. This game should be the only thing I ever stream about. Yes, eat all the fishies. Go, 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 go. Oh, I turned blue. What's going on? Am I losing breath? I turned pink. Surface for air. Yes, that's how it works. I wonder if this was new in this version. Oh, the zap. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. I need to look up more about this game. Find out which bits are new. Oh! Dog. I only need to clear one room at a time. I don't need a perfect run of all rooms. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes. Okay, the bathroom this time. I'm gonna destroy this towel. No? I think I need to watch out for that duck. The toilet paper, of course. Yes. Ah, duck. Oh no! Alas! Wonderful. I'm gonna real quick look up the website for this game. so I can tell you a bit more about it. Remeow. Joflof. So I'm just going to read from the website now. Alley Cat is a game created in 1983 by Bill Williams, rest in peace, and published by the company Synapse Software for Atari 8-bit and later IBM PCs and compatible computers. With quite simple but pretty original arcade mechanics, at the same time, it is one of the first computer games that I played as a child. This is Joflof speaking. Years ago, well, actually playing and reading at the same time is hard. What do you know? Ugh, that cat was so into that bin. Come on. Ah! Fine. Years ago, I started to program a remake of the game. It does so many, in fact. The initial version was for MS-DOS. Ah! The intention was to use the same graphics of the original and add some new details, but the project went through so many different stages and was parked on countless occasions. Finally, after taking time here and there in a rather intermittent development, I managed to finish what I would like to see as a tribute to the original game and its author. Alright, we're here now. This version offers the possibility of playing with graphics and sound redesigned, trying to simulate how an arcade machine version would have been. Oh, that's interesting. So if it was in arcades at the time, what they're saying is it might have looked like this. And that was their goal. But also maintains the possibility to play with original versions of Atari and PC. Come on. Did I miss my chance? No, I didn't. Great, let's do this. Yes, 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 yes. Friends! Yes! Oh, how lovely. Oh, okay. Right back into it. That's wonderful. Oh, and we're in round 2 now with a different configuration of bins at the bottom of the screen. Interesting. Yeah, so in fact, from what they're saying, it's a bit like the philosophy behind, say, Sonic Mania, where that's sort of imagining what a 2D Sonic game would have been like maybe if it had been released on the Saturn at the time. And this one is trying to, in some way, say... that was a Metal Gear Solid sound. Of the dog almost waking up. I'm gonna eat all your food, or drink your water, or whatever this is. The foreground does say dog food. That's one of those added details they're talking about. Funny. That's something I think probably wouldn't have been in there if it was in the arcades at the time, but okay. It's funny. Nom 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 nom. I'm gonna eat all your food. I'm totally gonna eat your food. I really like the broom mechanics. Yay! Gibbon congratulating me there. Thank you. Let's go! Yes, second companionship. Oh, what's going on? Do those arrows actually take out parts of the floor? Or change the state of them? I think they do. Gotta fight off all the other Toms. Let's go. Ah! Ah, didn't make it that time. Oh well. Anyway, back to Joflof's words here. Yes, 5 new stages have been added, as well as a couple of multiplayer game modes so that up to 4 kittens can meow up their favorite alley at once. As an extra detail, and because another project I have is building an arcade cabinet. Oh! I dropped down. I think the rats or the mice can dislodge your grip on that clothesline, possibly. Whoops. Yes, because another project I have is building an arcade cabinet, I added the possibility of configuring it for being able to play on an arcade cabinet with all the options that it may require, so that it integrates perfectly as another arcade game on your favorite front-end list. Wow. This is clearly just a PC XE that you can get from GameJolt, but yeah, those are some ambitions to get it running on actual arcade hardware. Pretty impressive. The remake has been programmed through the old Allegro libraries since, as I said, the development started in MS-DOS. Currently is only available for Windows. It should be compatible with any version. I'm going to go back to Atari to see what some of those scenes looked like in the best version of the time back then. Yes, I would have liked to be able to port it to Linux and Mac, but I've not been able to complete the libraries and get a working environment in those systems. If anyone is interested in helping me do it, please contact me. And then there's some links, etc., etc. So there's some other pages, FAQs and stuff. Yeah, it's basically just, are you going to port it to other platforms? No. Yeah, there's a bit more background on the development of it as it progressed over the years. Yeah, the PC-88, which had a version of this, is a Japanese system. Oh wow, what they're saying is that they considered doing a Spectrum version inside this as well, because a couple of years ago a version for that 8-bit computer was in progress by a Russian programmer, but it was not completed, and the Japanese port was so bad and unknown that I thought it was not worth it. So yeah, it's all a tribute to Bill Williams and his work on the original Alley Cat, which I certainly agree is a great thing. Okay, so what I might do is turn off the stages that I've completed so that we don't have to do them too many times. Oh man, what are they though? Pantry, is that the one with the fish? The cheese? Aquarium. I've done the kennel, haven't I? Yeah, I got all those dogs. Magic room, terrace. How about I just turn off the ones I've seen, definitely. Even if I haven't completed them. Avery I've done. That's, mostly. Okay, so we'll go with that. I just want to see everything there is in this game, you know. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, baby. Kittens. Ooh. Oh, the magic room. Yeah, so Joflof, even if they created new, new rooms to go in, they would have had to also replicate those new rooms in the old style of graphics as well, which is another interesting wrinkle. Of course, now that I'm keeping it to just ones that I haven't seen before, I don't know what they'll look like in the modern graphics. Oh well. What is this? I don't even know what room this could be. What are those little flying things? Oh, this must be a balcony. What do they call it? A terrace? Patio or something? Oh, that's death. Okay, I think probably the goal is to destroy the plants without being attacked by the drones or whatever those are. Drones. By the way, if you ever look at the original Atari version of this, it does a clever thing on the title screen with the name of the creator, which is displayed there as Bill Williams. Huh? Oh no, it froze. Okay. That's too bad. Oh, I've been going a while. Yeah, I think I might leave it there. This is a really cool game. I very much enjoyed the Alley Cat there. The other two were okay. But I hope you liked Alley Cat too. This was a nice little look at some different games that have a realistic style of what a cat looks like and can do, especially this last one. Very good at replicating the life of a cat. Cat Simulator. Gibbon says, thanks for showing me this. Yeah, no problem. It's good to have you here. And I'll see you next week. I don't know if I'll keep playing more cat games, but this was pretty good, so we'll see. Yeah, so have a nice rest of your day, and bye. Bye.